Hey guys, and welcome to Spiritually Inclined. My name is Crystal. Welcome to my channel. For those of you who are just tuning in, I'm basically sharing my spiritual journey in hopes that it'll reach and maybe relate and resonate with those who are on a spiritual journey as well. Maybe you're just starting out, or maybe you're at the level and frequency as I am. If you're connecting with this video, it could be either one of those. I feel that the things that I discover on this journey could be helpful to those who are who may have a bit of a time trying to figure things out. So I'm just here to add my perspective and maybe some of my realizations are some of your realizations or whatever. Just to help, help someone else's journey be a little bit more clear to them. Because if it can be kind of tricky sometimes. But I'm pretty far into my spiritual journey. I've been on a spiritual journey since 2021. I say around December it started. I believe that was the month I had my awakening within. But yeah, so since then, I've gone through a whole lot of challenges, the challenges that come along with a spiritual journey. It is not easy. We go through things because we are transitioning from, we're releasing an old version of ourselves, which is running on matrix programming and societal programming and religious programming and everything that can be confusing and that deters us away from our true authentic self. And it's about finding yourself. It's about discovering how God truly works and how this universe truly operates. Because it's not, the way the universe operates is not upon what the news or the government or any of those type of entities, the way they present it to us on TV and things of that nature. So you coming into the truth of not only who you are, but the life you're living as well, and the world that you live in. So it's a discovery, and it's ongoing, and it's like you're traveling, basically. You're traveling through different parts of yourself, and you reconnecting with who you really truly are, not the identity that they give you when you incarnate here on earth. You are more than whatever your government name is. You are more than this body that you're in, and you are more than your appearance. What's on the inside of these bodies is what counts. And there's so much power that lies within you. And yeah, spiritual awakening is all about that. And so I decided to share mine, with whoever can relate or resonate, or whatever the word is for that. So today I wanted to just kind of talk and rant, but I want to start off with what happened to me today. So I'm always asking why things is happening, and I feel like now, as opposed to my earlier videos when I first started recording, that I've entered into a much lighter energy than I was before. Because when you're on a spiritual journey, you're basically And the reason why it's so hard is because you're transitioning from one state of mind and, you know, thought pattern and, you know, conditioning and programming to the truth of everything. So your life and everything that you have up here, in and of your old self, you're gonna experience in your outer world. So all them programming, those limited beliefs, you know, the lackful mindset of, you know, not having enough, and, you know, the views that this world give you on relationships and the way they present the world to you through fear and jealousy, competition. They use anger and, you know, dispute and everything, anything negative to keep us in a negative state. That's what they use to program us. And when you start a spiritual journey, you're basically transitioning out of that and into your new mindset based on the truth. So being programmed that way is what causes your experiences to be the way they are. They're not so desirable starting off because it takes the 3D time to catch up with the spiritual. See, you starting your spiritual, when you first start your spiritual journey, you're planting seeds for the future. So you have to go through all the remnants of how you used to think as you're transitioning out of that thought process and the way your mind works, which is all of that creates a transmittance that goes out into the universe, and it creates in your reality. So when your reality is based upon your mindset and things of that nature, it can, you know, and you're not programmed in and of the truth at first. You have to kind of transition your outer experiences along with your inner experiences that you are cultivating on your spiritual journey. I can be a little long-winded when it comes to talking, but I'm hoping that this is coming out clear to those who are connecting with this video, because I really want to help people shed light on what they're going through on the spiritual journey, because I understand it. I dedicate my time and my efforts towards understanding what I'm going through spiritually and physically. I want to know it all, so I connect to source within myself, which is something that we all can do, but it takes time to realize that as well, because we've been programmed, you know, away from that. We've been programmed away from our truth and things of that nature. So back to what happened to me today. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened, and then I'm gonna tell y'all why I think it happened, what I felt intuitively, why I think this happened. It's nothing all that major, just a little, you know, our unfortunate mishaps we be having, the small things that happen that you be like, why is this, what is going on? Like, why did this have to happen? So I ended up locking myself out of here, and the baby was in here by himself. My dad was gone, so I went out there to go throw some trash away, and I didn't realize the screen door was already locked. I didn't lock it myself. It was already locked, and it just wasn't closed when I went outside. So in order to keep the flies from coming into my dad's house, I closed the door behind me all the way. And when I went to come back in, I couldn't get in. The door was locked. So what happened is, when my dad left beforehand, he locked the screen door and he didn't close it all the way. So when I came outside, I pushed the door. I didn't have to go through much to get out there. I just pushed the door, went out there, threw the trash away, and tried to come back in. I pushed the door and closed it all the way behind me because because of the fly issue that we have here. And I went to throw the bag away, and I came back, tried the door, and couldn't get in. So I'm sitting up there like, oh my God, the baby. Your first thought is to like freak out, but I don't freak out like I used to, because I see that that's what's being worked on within me right now at this point in my journey. So I don't freak out the same way I used to when things happen. So I'm thinking, I left my phone in the house. The baby had just woke up. I was getting ready to heat up his food and ended up getting locked outside. So of course my first mind was to try to get in here. So I tried several ways to get in here, but all the windows was locked and all that. I actually pulled the trash can up to the side of the house, and it was this little stool thing. It was a little raggedy. I'm like, I'm gonna take my chances and climb up. It had like stairs, but it also had like a seat on it or something. My dad he's a junk guy, so he makes a lot of money, turning in junk to the junkyard. He makes so much money doing that. But so he got a lot of things around the house. So I used the trash can for the house next door, and that little thing, the chair thing with the stairs on it, to get up on top of the garbage can to try the window, but the window was locked. So I told my dad when he finally showed up, I'm like, you gonna see me trying to get in here. But anyway, before I make it to that part, I done jumped ahead. So I come around, and my intuition just is telling me, calm down, sit down. Matter of fact, enjoy this weather, because I haven't been outside in a minute. I stay cooped up in this house all the time. I be in here with him. It be hot. A lot of times I don't get to sit out there in peace, because, people be, I don't know, drawn to coming over here when I'm here, whatever. But I haven't really been outside much today, and I feel like all of that happened to get me outside for a minute. And so I'm sitting out there, and I see his neighbor, which is like cat a corner from us. They like across the street, but on the corner. My dad is like one house from the corner. So I see the guy, and I'm like, I said, can you please call I yelled over there. I said, can you please call my dad and let him know I'm locked out? And he was like, okay. And so he must have went and called him, and then that time I seen him again, he was like, he said he on his way. So I'm like, okay, yes. So by this time, I'm really enjoying the weather. I'm paying attention, because I know the universe uses our surroundings. I'm always aware that to talk to us. The universe uses things to talk to us, because it can't speak in words, can't talk to us, so it uses other people. It might use like bugs, and you might see things that you don't normally see on a regular basis. So I'm sitting out there taking it all in. I'm paying attention to everything. I see my favorite car, my dream car ride pass, and I'm like, oh my God, I see why I'm supposed to sit out here. Not only that, but I kept seeing butterflies all while I was out there. A bee kept coming towards me. I'm not a big fan of bees or anything that can sting, so I don't bother with those, but I hear bees are high vibrational, and they're attracted to other high vibrational things. So if you're ever outside and bees come buzzing around you, don't panic. I used to panic and be trying to run, and definitely don't shoo them away, because then it'd be all bad. So I will verbally command that they give me some space. Like, I'll be like, go ahead, leave me alone, and they usually do. we have power in our tongue, so we can, we can command the weather. I don't know if I did a video on that here, but I'm on Instagram as well, so I was sharing about how I manifested weather, stop the, undesirable weather, like a storm was trying to happen, thunderstorm, and weather being kind of violent. I ain't really too stuck on that, so I call it a wave. And it normally works. It's not instant, but it's instant enough. Like within 10 to 15 minutes, it will stop, or maybe 20 to 30 minutes, depending. But it works. We have that much power. There's a mass spiritual awakening happening now for a reason. And right now, the universe is revealing our powers to us. The things that we've been kept from and things that have been hidden from us about ourselves. All these other beings that exist that we don't even know about, because the actual beings who are controlling the narrative here, I don't really like to talk too much about them because it just gives them more power. But it's good to know what is going on. So I believe we have reptilians here. I believe they are beings here who are, in the government, the CIA, and things of that nature, who, make certain laws and things of that nature. They make us pay to live here. We're paying for natural resources that God gave us and things of that nature. So yes, I believe that they are residing here in human form to blend in with us, of course, so we won't know about it. But there's been plenty of instances where they've been on the news, and one news lady ate a fly. Lizards eat bugs. And there's been instances, you can look them up on YouTube, videos about the reptilian agenda, and it just makes perfect sense as to why everything is the way it is and why we have the laws that we have. And they've been existing here before us, so they know our power, but they, run a whole agenda that keeps us from knowing our power. And when we have a spiritual awakening, that's the universe connecting with us and letting us know, you special. It's time for you to know about it. So, yeah, I need to plug my phone up. I gotta plug my phone up so that this don't cut off. But yeah, so they've been here before us, and they kept us from knowing who we are. They actually, we were tinkered. That's the God in the Bible that the Bible talks about. The God in the Bible is about the God in the Bible who actually, him and his sons, took the existent beings that were already here, which is our distant cousins, and tinkered them and added their essence and everything to these beings and created us. So that's why we are less knowledgeable about what's happening here at a greater scheme, because they use TV and they use the news, TV programming to program us into these different mindsets that causes us to manifest against ourselves. That's why there's not many people living their dream life. There's some that are, but then there's some that's not living their dream life. We all can have abundance. We all can live the life that we truly desire, but it's all in the mind. The universe is one mind that co-creates with our minds. So that's why it's important to get into the truth. I suggest everyone look into ancient knowledge, but when you're looking into ancient knowledge, first connect to the source within yourself for the truth. Because if you don't do that, then you're just blindly going out looking for information. You could run into, you don't know what information to run into until you set intention with God, which is you, which you are in the flesh, but God also exists inside of us and outside, as within, so without. So you get to yourself and you ask, please reveal to me all truths that I need to know. And information to start coming to you. Like I said, the universe uses everything around you to inform you. Like, I'm always scrolling on Instagram because my life is a little lame because it's in transition into my dream life. So I'm going through remnants of the things from my past mindset, and right now what happened to the TV? Oh, it's just loading. So I'm transitioning from an old mindset into this, I'm already got this new mindset. It's just taking the 3D reality, because the 3D moves slower than the spiritual. So it's taking the 3D time to transition into, my new beliefs and things of that nature. So, but yeah, that's really what's really going on here. And they're in human form, disguised under this veil of illusion that they done created with us. And like I said, they know about us before we know about ourselves, which is why they got this agenda going on, and why they trick us and cause us to have a mindset that, like I said, manifests against us. And they know how the universe works and all of that. They're self-aware. They know their power, and they feed off of our power. When we give them power and we co-create with the government and these elections and things of that nature, we continue to give them power. When we worry about what they talking about, any agendas that they putting out there, when we worry and we put energy towards that, we give them power. We co-create. And yeah, but they created and tinkered us into this species of human beings to have us mine resources here on Earth. They came here to this planet to get all the precious resources that was here before they got here. And we don't know about it. We just been going along with that. They just like they make clones. They made us, but they added their own essence and things of that nature. And then one of the sons from the ancient beings that tinkered with us, he started getting involved, and he fell in love with humans, and he started getting involved. And so now, we have their essence, and, on top of what they, tinkered us into. So that really gave us extra power that they didn't want us to know that we had, because then they couldn't control us. If you're trying to control people, you won't want them to know their power and who they truly are. So they hid divinity from us. That's why a lot of this stuff don't make sense to, people. It's not making sense. Like, it's like out of this world to people, and people think that we crazy when we're coming into this knowledge, and they're like, what is you talking about? My dad done told me I sound crazy. Like, people gonna think you crazy, right? I'm like, I don't care. I'm living in my truth because I know the truth. But yeah, so I believe in the reptilian agenda. So there's so many other, those beings kept us from knowing about all the other different beings that there are living on other planets. And a lot of them look like us. You know, a lot of them came here, and like I said, they experimented and created our species, but they are not considered our creator. Our creator is the one true reason for this existence. And so, you know, can't nobody create nothing without that force being within them. And that force is within every living being that exists here. So with that being said, we come here and we have to realize, we come here to remember who we are so we can live within our truth in this physical experience as a human. Once you come to know the truth, you can have life so abundantly. That's why I made that video about heaven being, you know, a state of mind, and hell being a state of mind in and of the chakras, because the chakra makes up our mindset and everything about us, physically and mentally and spiritually. The chakras are everything. And so once you heal those, you become your God self. These are Jesus's teachings that they held from us. They even took that out the Bible. So the Bible ain't really all that credible. There is some truth to the Bible because they had to leave some truth in there so it won't be a total lie. But they took Jesus' teachings out of the Bible, which was about the chakras. How when you balance your chakra system, you become a God-like individual. And that's why Jesus was able to walk on water, turn water into wine, and all the other things he was able to do when he existed here. And not only just him, but all the other ascended masters like Buddha and Zeus and, you know, Thoth and all of the different ascended masters that people like us tend to worship, but we are no different from them. All our power is up here. We don't have to really do anything but create up here with our mind, just like the conscious creator force that created everything there is. That force is a mind. This whole existence is a mind, and your mind is constantly communicating with the mind that we live inside of. So that's why being mindful of your thoughts and your words and your perceptions and cultivating new beliefs are very important in this life. You can create anything that you want based on what you believe. So that's the whole purpose of a spiritual awakening. That is the universe wanting you to come into who you truly are, to create a better experience for you and for the creator, because the creator created all of us to experience this experience through. The creator is experiencing this life through you, and it wants to experience the best. So yeah, like when you're having a spiritual awakening, that's because the universe wants to experience something better through you. And so it's doing what it can to wake you up so that you can know who you really truly are and start living to the fullest of your ability and your full potential. The universe is a God. You never really become truly disconnected, but you become spiritually disconnected from the universe when you're operating in lower vibration and you're going within the matrix. Then you have a false sense of consciousness that really don't serve you. It's really actually working against you. So we should really take spirituality very seriously. But So yeah, you know, I found out I'm a light worker through my spirituality, and that's why I'm feeling called and drawn to get on these videos and share that with others so that they can be like, okay, you know, because I'm just a reflection of you and you're a reflection of me. We all are one, because the creator itself broke itself up into physical fractals. When we die, we go back to source. We return back to source because that's who we are. You see that? It expanded itself out as fractals in physical form, which is us. We are, you know, people. Even the bugs and everything that lives, that's God as well. Everything in this universe is God. Even the things that we create, it comes from God, because we are God. And God exists in us and outside of us. So yeah, it's like a law of one. Look up the law of one, which states that everything that lives is a part of the one true creator. So yeah, I just wanted to get on here and rant about some true spiritual stuff that I know is the truth, because I make a conscious decision, I make a conscious effort to and intention to connect to the source that is within me. And everybody you see is a reflection of yourself. So that's why it's important to treat them as such and not respond to them the way they respond to you, because not everybody is aware, you know, in their journey. Everybody is on different levels of their journey, and some people are still experiencing their journey from a less woke perspective. And so, you know, yeah, they think we crazy, but we know the truth. That's not validation of our true essence, you know, being crazy, because they don't understand what we talking about. That's why I don't waste my time, you know, trying to explain anything to anybody. Because, you know, when we first start out, we be excited. We want everybody to know what we know, but we not thinking about realizing what it took for us to get to the point to believe it. So somebody else hearing it that ain't even on that frequency yet, they're gonna be like, what is you talking about? You crazy? Is you all there? But yeah, I wanted to get on here and rant. I love you guys, and till next time, Ashe, peace.